to my relief, I realize it's a human figure. Dennis with a gun.
Yes!
Yo!
He has a gun.
Thank God.
It's you and
Hey guys, what's up? DualX Infinite here, and welcome back to the channel. Now, it's been a month since I recorded a video, and there's a pretty good reason for that. As you can obviously, as I said before, if I was gone for some reason, it must be because I'm doing with real life shit. So that's what I've been doing, and my mistake and my apologies. You know, making daily videos dealing with real life shit is a real pain in the ass. But however, I am here, I am back, and I will be posting more videos more frequently. I will be assured of that. It may not be as much as gaming. Like I said, it's hard to find games that work with my computer at the moment. So this is what I got for right now. So yeah, it's been a while since I played this game in particular. I haven't continued playing this game at all since April, the 23rd of April. It's when I had my silver hair and I was going through my own recovery phase of dealing with actual hard stuff. So yeah, so I'm back at this game, and I decided, like I said, I stated this a few times already, I do not like to leave games unfinished, especially games that are good like this. So we're gonna finish this game, and we're gonna most likely not in this video, because we still got, I think, one more chapter, but I want to finish this game to its fullest. So we're here today with Silent Reviews, aka Ryan, and he'll be joining us today. The plan is that I think what would be best is that, well, we're gonna take turns reading here and there, and we'll decide together the choices that will help us decide what ending, because there's multiple endings to this. So it's like whatever we choose, we'll decide the ending, whether it's a good ending or a bad ending. I don't even know. I don't know what endings are in there, but so yeah. So last episode, I was basically, as this could give me some knowledge because I haven't played this. I've seen a bit of my previous, so I have a logistic of what went down. Dennis is injured somewhat. We met Amy somewhere down the line. I don't know. Marcus, I think, obviously started backstabbed us. And Marcus, he's a pain in the ass. But I gave the gun to Amy, and Dennis got overreacted, and then I think, a fuss went down, and we discovered that there's alien creatures living in this underground facility, as stated, as we found out. So we don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what these aliens are doing, where they come from, much about where they come from. I honestly have to catch up and try to, remember what went down. So so without further ado, let's begin chapter 4. So I think we previously took the elevator down, or I don't know where we're going. The ride up the elevator is tense. I take a series of deep breaths, doing everything I can to stay in control. Amy has got back on her feet, but her head is pressed against the elevator wall as she suppresses a series of sobs. I find myself trying to remember the way these creatures looked, but my mind seems too shuddered at effort. I have seen something that is an impossibility, a mockery of what I know as real. This fills me with terror that dwarfs anything else I've ever felt since discovering this facility. I try to focus my mind on something else and remember Marcus' threats. I wonder if we'll be able to see Marcus again, I say, mostly to myself. Do you think Marcus got away with those things, Amy asked? So, let's see. What would be appropriate response here?
Well, I mean, it's been a while, so what's the last thing that happened with Marcus?
Marcus, he didn't like Amy with being trusted with a gun, and he tried to fight over the gun. I don't know, he like literally attempted to shoot her. But then I managed to step in, and Marcus ended up running away. But he did fire a few shots, which is what caused the aliens to come after us. So we had to take the elevator. I don't remember why, but that's how he got away. But Marcus is probably still underground, the facility with those aliens, but we don't know why. Like, what's he doing? But he's probably still, like...
I say he's probably still lurking around around.
He's probably still gonna lurk around until he kills us for sure. I don't know if I don't remember if he took the gun or not. But I don't know. So
It's a possibility you're most likely run into him again.
yeah. Let's see. So would the appropriate? Let's see. What would we say? Would we say probably, or I sort of hope
I
not?
sort of hope not.
All right. Let's just. Okay. Me too, she says, looking on the ground, her arms folded. So, I say, how do you end up here? She gives a nervous chuckle and shrugs. I used to work for the Pentagon. It was some sort of pretty up echelonic stuff that I still can't discuss. I assume this place is even more up echelon, I said. This place isn't even up to scale. Isn't on the scale, she answers. My other job, it was cakewalk compared to this. Then why stay, I ask. Because the money is ridiculous. I have a 13-year-old daughter already talking about Harvard. You know the math. You do the math. Harvard, huh? That's bleh. Ambitious. Fuck. I suck at reading. My reading is terrible. I'm sorry. I forgot to mention the warning. Like, I suck at reading. This is why we're taking turns. Plus, I get tired of reading for like minutes, for like hours.
I mean, I hate reading too, but out of both of us, I'm probably the better reader.
Yeah, this is why he'll read better than me. But excuse my apologies, you know. All right. Anyways, we got two choices.
I go with the first one.
First one.
Yeah.
All right. You want to read?
Sure.
All right.
Oh, I know. She's a force of nature. Her dad ran off when she was 3, so for a long time it's been just her and me. Amy pauses before continuing softly. What if I've never see? Her voice breaks off, the words too terrible to say. Her eyes fill with tears. The elevator comes to a stop, the slight ding of it interrupting the moment. Amy hastily wipes her eyes, and we waste no time in getting back inside the command center.
Oh, the command center. Oh, I remember this. This is from when before we went down to the underground, more deeper underground, before we discovered the aliens. All right.
I ready the rifle, suddenly certain that there are more of those creatures waiting for us in the hallway of the second level. But the way is clear, allowing us to haul ass to the command center. Once again, I find myself staring at the screen that shows my ruined work site. Okay, Amy says, typing comments rapidly. It can't be that hard. I keep peeking over my shoulder, my senses feeling as if the monsters are sneaking up on us more inches away. I then think of Dennis and wonder how he is firing back on level 3. Is he safe? I look back to the screens and see that Amy has finally found what she's looking for. A prompt on the screen says override of hangar doors and all level 3 locks require clearance code. Amy types in a number with shaking fingers and the screen goes black for a moment. Oh boy. The moment the words override confirmed come up on the screen, Amy jumps from the chair and heads out of the room. We have to be quick, she says. We have exactly 20 minutes to open those hangar doors.
Oh.
So
We
you have
left.
to choose in what happens in 20 minutes or let's get moving.
We have to. I mean, we need to know what happens in 20 minutes.
True.
So let's I guess ask. I mean,
Okay. The locks will kick in again, she says. Security measure. I couldn't do anything about it. I followed her out of the command center and bound back down the hallway towards the same elevator that brought us here. Amy punches the elevator button and the door slides open. We're all taking the same elevator back to the biochem room, I ask. Those creatures are still down there. It's the only way back down, she says. The other way is blocked by those hydraulic doors we pulled. Hopefully the creatures left. Hopefully. Neither of us say anything else as we share a look of immense dread. We step back into the elevator and head back down to the biochem room on level 3.
oh great, we're going back to those aliens, which means Marcus is down there still.
This can't be good.
Oh, this should be fun. All right, cool. Let's see if Marcus is okay.
As the elevator's doors opens, we peer out, looking to see if the creatures are still in the area, but it's all clear. When Amy looks to me, her eyes are clear and strong. Marcus wasn't entirely wrong, she says as we start walking back towards the hangar doors. About what, I ask. About I am partially to blame for this? You're right, you are, or why would you be to blame?
I don't know why she's to blame for this. honestly.
I don't know.
I don't know if she. I don't know if I remember, but I think maybe she had to do something with these creatures. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like if I remember, she kind of had something to do with them. Cause before, it was another thing I forgot about. Before, like, these creatures, like, they like, I think when they try to touch you, they like invert your skin outwards. So like they basically flip your skin upside down, so your like inner show or whatever.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember much specifically on what these things do. I mean, that's the one thing that comes back into mind when it comes to these things. But these things are just, I don't know. But I can't really say. I don't know why I don't know much. I'm trying to remember. So I think we should just say why or would you be able to blame? Because I feel like it's appropriate.
Yeah, it's probably the most appropriate answer. Some of the things we do here, it's scary. We should have known that one day something like this would happen. Everyone here with knowledge of what goes on in level 3 is to blame, she says. It's a secret government facility hidden from the tax-paying public, I say. Doing crazy, dangerous stuff. So yeah, as I mentioned before, you're insane, and you're partially to blame by just working here. So why don't you tell me a bit more about what goes on in level 3, I ask. Are you familiar with the Large Hadron Collider over in Switzerland? I've heard the phrase, but that's about it, I say. It's a powerful particle accelerator, she explains. Right now, they're using it to try and create what's called dark matter. It's theorized that this dark matter actually makes up the majority of the universe, but parts of the universe very different from ours. My guess is the people at the LHC will probably create their first dark matter particle in about 2018 or 2019. Here in this facility, we were able to create one almost 10 years ago. It was the key to our research. Does this have something to do with all those things, or what does this matter do?
This is so, what the hell?
I don't.
This brings me to like from my show, the Flash. If you guys watch that show, this just brings me to that concept when I hear dark matter and particle accelerator.
I can see why.
Okay. I mean,
I'll let you choose this one.
dark matter. I mean, dark matter, huh? Does that have something to do with those? I mean, I feel like it does, cause like dark matter, it can do some weird things, right? Let's just think about it logically from like, you know,
Well, in what way?
from DC, you know, what dark matter it affected people, right? It affects people, who does weird things to them, and it causes like the randomest, weirdest things to happen, right? So maybe it does have something to do with those things. All right, well, let's just figure it out. Let's just assume at the moment that this has something to do with those things, because it has to make sense. Because why else would they be not?
Okay.
All right, let's just assume that.
Alright, you can read it.
Well, we still don't know all of that there is about dark matter, or the matter we have yet to identify. These creatures could be made out of it, or maybe are some more exotic matter we just don't know. If dark matter is responsible, there are no real answers to have. I scratch my head. So you're saying that this dark matter helps with what? Opening other dimensions or something? That's the theory, she says. During the point-to-point transfer, the subjects are gone from about 3 to 6 seconds. Oh, I think she was talking about teleportation at one point during the previous episodes. So things start coming back to me more. That we're talking about teleportations, and I think these creatures are somehow being teleported from another dimension over here, accidentally, but they don't know why. Okay, that makes sense. There's no way to see or measure their presence, but they exist somewhere. For what we can tell, they exist in some kind of void. Okay, what is that place like, or have you done this with people? What's an appropriate question?
I would probably say, what is that place like? Because if you say something like, oh, have you done this with people? Like, it'd be kind of suspicious knowing like what they can do to you. So, probably go with the first one.
All right, let's do it. We don't know. There may be infinite numbers of voids or spaces. Some of them appear to just be nothingness, a vacuum of exotic matter. We're talking about places that we can only measure with instruments. What does that mean, I ask? Do you know what these places look like? No. It means in order to describe it to you, you have to be a mathematician, and I have to walk you through reams of data and equations. So even though we can describe them, we're still a long way to figuring out what these places look like. Sorry, I say. Feeling in my mind start to bend inwards again. As we continue to walk between the silos, we walk past the area where we left Marcus behind, but he's long gone. Maybe he found a way out. I realize that we are walking in a very close together between the silos, perhaps trying to create an illusion of safety. We reach the exit, continuing in the hangar doors, where Dennis hopefully still is. My gut clenches and my heart hammers into my chest as we open the door and walk through. I lift the rifle, but first it seems that there's nothing waiting for us. And that's when I see the glowing, hulking shape to my left, closing in fast.
Oh shit, what's gonna happen?
Those aliens, those creatures are gonna. I can't even call. I don't think we can call them aliens, can we? They're from another dimension. Is that?
I don't really know.
I don't know. All right. The creatures are about 10 feet away, coming in quickly, so I do the first thing that comes to mind. I drop to the ground and make myself a smaller target and raise the rifle. I'm not sure if I should just unload onto the bastards or try to be choosy with my shots to weaken it, or at least slow it down. Now, I don't know if you can. I think the last time I picked to shoot them, but it slowed them down. I don't think bullets really do much to them. So
you want to just go for a kill?
I don't know. Should we? I don't think we should like. Okay, think about this for a second. Marcus is still alive, right? There's no way we know that he's gone. I mean, he could be, but there's no way he probably got out. He's probably hiding, which means. Plus, we don't know how much more aliens are going to be, so I just say we should just. I don't know. I mean, they're giving us two options to kill or weaken it. But I don't think we can kill these things. That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I was thinking.
So
if you try to kill them, they won't take it.
We don't know if
but
we
if
can
you
kill
weaken them, then you have a chance.
We have a chance to move. All right, let's just pick.
Yeah, I say just weaken.
All right, weaken. My shots cause the entire milky white frame to jerk to the floor. It flounders, its ghost-like tentacles withering with rage as it cries out to me. It seems to turn and jerk away, parts of it appearing and disappearing every few feet. It moves down the hill, down the hall, and out of sight. I look quickly around for the others, but there's only Amy. She looks at where the monster went with her wide eyes. Her face is pale, and I wonder if she, like me, is able to feel her own mind trying to retreat. Come on, I say. Let's find Dennis and get through the hangar doors. Amy glances and nods. We're already down to 6 minutes. We turn down to the hangar doors, and I'm a little disgusted with myself because the bloody scene that shocked me before now seems milled. Amy goes to work on the computer console and sides of the doors. She starts punching in the keys before saying, "This is going to take some time." "I thought you already unlocked it," I ask. "I did," she says. "But for this door there's a security permission I need to hack. Marcus would have known how to do this." She trails off, and I decide to let her work. Suddenly something slams into me. I feel on my feet, leave the floor, and I'm literally thrown across the concrete. I look in time to see one of the creatures. It apparently is in no hurry to attack me again, focusing on Amy instead. She's not armed. I need to come up with a plan to get these things away from her, so she can focus on getting the door open. It raises up its flickering appendages. It's hard to say appendages, right? That's how you say it. All right. Appendages. Whatever. Let's just go with that. Making me certain that the part is made up of pure light and energy. It could easily take a shot. I could easily take a shot with my rifle, but my main again goes to how much remaining ammo I have. The only other thing I can think of is to get to it, is to chase me and lead it away from this room somewhere.
So you want to distract the monster and escape, or you want to shoot the monster?
I don't want to waste bullets. I feel like we should save it because we don't know what's going to happen later. So let's just distract. Yeah. Alright. Let's hope that Amy doesn't get murdered, because if he does, murder, you know what I mean?
Hey, I yell. Right here. Come get me. I'm the one that shot your buddy. It turns to me and I am again faced with staring at something that has no business in this world, in this reality. Its body gives off a sort of glow around the central part, a bulbous core that is branched off into two humps, very much little like a spider. Again, I sense that this visual information is not accurate, but it's the best my simple mind can do to make sense of this impossible creature. It starts lurching around towards me and lets out a shriek of agony that makes my ears feel like they'll explode. Now that I'm sure it's coming after me, I take off running and head into another hallway we haven't been down. I find myself in an industrial looking area and am pleased to find that the monster is following me through. Okay.
Well, at least it worked. Just hope that.
Yeah.
I don't know about the other creature that was weakened. We don't know if Amy. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Because I hope Amy doesn't get caught.
I hope not.
Because that'd be a waste.
The room seems to be an assortment of old pipes and tanks. I assume some of them run further down into other areas of the facility. With the creature on my tail, I dash into the maze of metal, hoping to lose it. It's definitely having a harder time squeezing through than I am, and that slows it down. Of course, the room's not a cage of any kind. The thing is still heading towards me, shredding through the pipes at its ranges. I notice that sometimes it is breaking the steel girders, but other times it seems like it's somehow merging or changing them. Pipes that were separate are now connected together in a way that makes my head hurt. I finally get a good amount of distance between myself and the creature. I think it's lost my trail. I need to get back to those hangar doors. There's not much time before they close shut, but if I make a sound, that creature could be on my heels again. So we can either hide and escape quietly, or we can run as fast as we can. I say hide, because if we run, then there's most likely we're gonna get killed. So
Alright, let's just put that.
the best bet is to hide. I take care and to stay silent, twisting myself through some pipes and making my way back towards the door entry through. The creature doesn't seem to pick up on this. I see it's glowing back as I come around. It lets out a static scream that makes my insides feel like jelly. But I don't even look back. I slide quietly through the rusted obstacle course and tiptoe back to the hangar doors.
Alright, well, let's just hope we can make it in time.
Hopefully. I burst back into the large room and see Amy still working on the computer terminal by the hangar doors. You okay? I ask Amy. I can clearly see her battling for control of her coast sleeves. Steel determination wins out and she gives out a grim nod. Any sign of where Dennis went? I ask, hoping she hasn't noticed his body somewhere. No, she replies. It's then I realize I have no idea how many rounds I have remaining in the rifle. This isn't a model I'm familiar with. Outside of some deer hunting, I'm not much of an expert on firearms. Still, I'm able to locate the chamber easily and see that there are 4 rounds left. Not great, but it could be worse. How are we on time? I ask her. 2 minutes. I'm going as fast as I can, she says. Amy does her best to focus on the keyboard, but there is still no sign of Dennis. Before I have time to look around, a screeching sound erupts from the other end of the room. I bring the rifle up in a shooter's stance and turn around. With the hangar doors right behind me, there's no signs of Dennis, and a closing window of time, I have to be confident. Yet when 2 monsters come around the corner, my body wants to shut down. The appendages seem to jump in time and space, reaching out for a split second, independent of the body and disappearing back to where it came from. It turns and screeches at me, its glowing tentacles snaking out of its body. My knees tremble uncontrollably. Behind me, Amy shrieks. I feel myself losing control. My mind sliding to the abyss of insanity. I pull myself back from the brink. I gotta stay in control. So you can turn away or you can just shoot him. No.
I mean,
There's only 4 rounds left. I mean, it's like they said, it's good, but it could be better. So, then again, I wouldn't want to waste any more bullets. 'Cause, you know, monster can come back, and how are we gonna defend ourselves? How many bullets are this? I don't know. But then what would happen if we turn away?
like if they're close, like if we don't do something to weaken it, we could get screwed.
Are you willing to risk all those bullets? You got 4 rounds, the rifle.
I mean, no, I'm not. I'm not willing to risk it. But like, I mean, there's the option of what could happen if we turn away.
I mean, I feel like we have no choice now and just shoot him. Like, I don't want to waste any more bullets, but it's like, what other choice do we have? I feel like it's gonna lead to bad things if we just turn away.
Gah!
Shit.
I mean, then again, Amy is probably those things are probably going after Amy. So like, we gotta like, she's the one that
needs help.
So
Obviously.
I feel like it's worth a few bullets. It depends like how much bullets we're wasting.
Screw it, we're shooting them. Alright. I step away from Amy and the air doors and towards the monster, ready to defend her. I ready my rifle, but the creature wastes no time. It makes that jerky motion towards me, and there's a sharp pain in my chest as it collides with me. Or through me. It's hard to tell. My instinct is to try to grapple or hold this thing down, but then I realize I don't even know if that will work. Try to get away or try to grab the creature?
Oh god.
If it were me, I'd probably just go for the fucker. So I'd grab it.
I mean, can we grab it? I mean,
you never know unless you try. But then again, what could happen? Are you fucked or do you have a chance? I mean, it's up to you. I don't really care. If it were me, I'd just probably try to grab it.
I mean, let's give it a shot. Why not? Let's give it a shot.
I try to grapple with the creature, but it feels very different from my struggle with Marcus earlier. It's not easily grabbed. My fingers slide through parts of it, some parts like a ghost, okay. Others like a jellyfish. Touching it burns my hands, but only slightly. When I realize I can't grip it, I quickly spring away and turn to face it. With a scream of defiance, I raise the rifle and put around its core. Nice. The shot lands dead center, and the light inside of it flickers almost violently. It falls back against the wall, issuing a hiss of its telltale static noise. It then jerks away and retreats, at least for now. Another terror appears as if out of nowhere, screaming at me with its high-pitched whine. It bounds forward, charging in its strange, spastic way. I aim the rifle, intending to take this one in the core too. I take several shots, Jesus, but it's still coming at me. As it slams into me, I realize that I only have 1 bullet left. Oh, okay. On contact, the wind is knocked out of my lungs, and the back of my head strikes the floor. But neither of these things is as alarming as the fact that the beast is on top of me. Its exterior is like a seashell that's been pounded by the surf for so long that it has lost all edges and ridges. But the grip it tries to capture me with is pure violence. I feel those light-soaked appendages start to wrap around me. I raise the rifle, knowing I still have only 1 shot left. The weight of the monster is erratic. One moment I feel weightless, other I feel like I'm going to be crushed. I push upwards with the rifle to aim, but it's overpowering me. I'm not sure I'll be able to get an effective shot off. I see the core of its body, a spider-like shape, connected to the rest of it by thin, white streams of tissue. I know I'll be dead within seconds unless I manage a shot, but I don't know where to aim. This thing already has survived for so long. Shoot for the center, or shoot for the tentacles. Would it really matter if you aim for the tentacles?
I don't think just because you shoot the tentacles, it'll. I feel like it. I mean, look how he shot the other guy with the core, and he actually managed to like. The creature just ran off.
See, but this is what I was saying before. Wasted all those bullets. You had 4 rounds left. Now you have 1 shot left. So what's gonna happen? You just waste that last shot.
I mean, we're gonna have to, otherwise we'll die.
it doesn't make any sense to shoot for the tentacles. Like, I don't think it's gonna do anything. So you want to get the right target. So
Alright,
you gotta be the center. The creature is seconds away from tearing to my shoulder. I have to stop it now. I grunt as I try to angle the rifle in the direction of the beast's formless core. The appendages begin tugging down on the barrel, and it's at that moment I pulled the trigger, unleashing my final shot. Thank God I saved this bullet earlier. The shot aggravates it to win me some breathing room. I've saved my shoulder, but this thing's still alive and kicking. But then I see the creature extend its tentacles in a violent whip-like motion away from me while it makes its static screeching sound. The creature disappears in the thin air and reappears a few feet from me, retreating. Okay, so it's teleporting now. With a shudder and a cry of desperation, I get to my feet just in time to see the monster head into the direction of the biochemical. Amy looks over at me from her terminal at the hangar doors, looking petrified. I manage to help myself up when I see another figure near us. But to my relief, I realize it's a human figure. Dennis with a gun.
Yes!
Yo!
He has a gun.
Thank God. You okay, boss? He asks, but his eyes aren't on me. They are looking to the creature, trying to understand exactly what he had just seen. About 15 minutes ago, I heard the door to that maintenance room unlock. Dennis says, pointing to the room I tried to bust through my way in earlier. Ah, Amy says, when I did the override up in the command center, it unlocked all small doors down here, including that maintenance room. I went inside there and hid, Dennis continues, and while I was waiting for you to come back, I found a massive trunk. There were a few guns in it, so I grabbed this one, he says, patting his shotgun. I'm glad you're safe, Dennis, or I'm glad you found someone. I'm glad you're safe, man.
Bro,
I thought he was dead.
Low key, bro. We can't have him dead.
Okay, you can read it.
Thanks, boss, he says. Me too. She doesn't break eye contact with the panel. Almost done, she replies. Suddenly, without hearing, a shot ricocheted off the wall and behind Amy's head. Startled, we looked around and confused. Did Dennis's gun go off? When another shot blasted near us again, we all dropped to the floor. I look around, wondering who or what could have possibly be shooting at us. Those creatures don't do anything but they sound remotely like gunfire. And then I see him. Marcus. I should have killed him when I had the chance. He has a rifle and is walking towards us, an insane look in his eyes. You all deserve to die, he screams, unleashing another round of that I hear his whips by his head. Dennis doesn't hesitate. He stands up and shoots at Marcus, causing him to retreat.
That son of a bitch.
Ah, no.
So not only do we find that Dennis is still alive, but we find fucking Marcus back.
With a gun.
Okay, so can't get any worse than this.
How much longer, Amy, or open the door? Open that damn door.
Open that damn door!
I mean,
It's static. Fucking open the damn door. Wanna know what's going on?
so open the damn door. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm doing the best, she says, drying through the tears. She makes a few final key presses and says, done. The doors open with the noise of hydraulics and whoosh of air. With Marcus pinned down by Dennis's gunfire, we start moving towards the doors. At the moment, another creature jerks into existence around the corner between us and Marcus. Shit, Marcus says, and starts unloading onto it. But then he learns the same lesson we did. The thing only slows the creature down. Marcus gives us one look and then turns and runs off into the other direction. I know. Dennis, Amy, and I climb into the head through the doors, moving on like nothing more than adrenaline. I see her look longingly at the maintenance door Dennis took the shotgun from. You get into the hangars, Dennis says. I'll get some more firepower. Satisfied with the plan, Amy heads toward the doors. We scramble inside. Finally, inside the hangar, Dennis approaches from behind, holding several guns, looking like a kid who grabbed an armful of Halloween candy. Amy reached out for the 9mm with one hand. Dennis turns to me and holds out a shotgun and a handgun for me to choose. Both look deadly. The shotgun looks more powerful, but the handgun will probably be more precise. I mean, the handgun's more precise for long range, bro.
You can easily save the shotgun for
Dennis. I mean,
I think I get the handgun.
I feel like Dennis should get it because like he's injured, bro. Like he's actually injured, so it's gonna be hard. I feel like it'll be hard for him to still move somewhat.
Bro,
so
we thought he was all dead, but he managed to survive. So.
So, yeah, it's better because I can still move around. I took the handgun. Right, cool. I selected a handgun and am comforted by the way it seems to fit perfectly in my shaky grip. There are more creatures coming, as many as a dozen. They are floating down the hall quickly, their tentacles slithering. The way their lights seems to mingle together is almost beautiful. Close the door, I yell at Amy. She dashes to another terminal mounted on the inside of the hangar doors and tries to desperately close them. It's not working, she says, with tears in her eyes. The terminal's disabled. Dennis looks through the open doors and readies himself to shoot at the first monster that they see near us. Should we try to slow them down? Yeah, should we try to slow a few of them down or just run for it? He asks, with his gun at ready. We have more guns, but should we just shoot them or should we just run for it? I mean, even if, okay, let's think about this logically.
Yo.
If we escape, if we run for it, either or, there's like 2 minutes or so before the hangar doors, close, right?
Yeah.
They lock. I mean, if a few monsters come in, we can deal with them. We can hold them off. But then again,
time is ticking.
yeah. But then again, do we really want monsters in with us? Because even if they're just 2, the only thing bullets will do is slow them down. So we can't really.
Yo, this right here reminds me of The Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Not the TV show, but the game. Because there is a scene where you have to choose to, like, you're like in a school. This is when Lee was still around. You're in a school.
Oh yeah, the game.
And I guess you have to choose to either go into a room or just fend off the zombies that are trying to come inside the school. So this is exactly similar to this.
Alright, so what do we do here?
But then I realized what happened there was remember that freaking kid Ben? The trouble
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the guy who screwed everything up. Well, they were safe at first, and this motherfucker grabs the thing that's holding the door so they can't get in. He takes it off. He's like, oh, I got a weapon. And then they realized what he did, and the zombies came in, and then eventually Ben died. He's a freaking idiot. So, the point is, if you choose to fire away, not only are you wasting time, you don't know how much time you have left.
So we should just run for it.
Yeah, I'd probably just make quick.
Let's run for it. Good idea, Ace, says Amy. With that, we turn around and sprint out onto the hangar floor. Alright, cool.
Looks like we made the right choice.
Oh, let's just hope we don't regret. Oh, here we go. What the hell is this place? Is this okay?
This is getting serious.
The room is enormous, so large that to call a room seems silly. A large concrete floor stretches out below the expansive lofted ceiling. This area is mostly empty except for the one side which has rows and rows of metal barrels. Back on the far wall is a lit area that seems exposed more rooms, labs, and machinery. Also in the rear hangar, I can also see some kind of chamber or control center. Dennis and I follow Amy across the hangar floor. Behind us, a series of rough slithering sounds to tell us that the creatures have made their way into the hangar. From somewhere up ahead, a loud buzzing noise sounded out. It reminded me of the slight buzzing noise I've heard from into the forest, the noise that I've tried to avoid. I look ahead and it seems that the far back in the hangars, a bright red light of flashing. There's a small hatch or a door below the light. The hatch is open, and I can see a shape inside it. I could barely make out the figure of a man standing there, holding an instrumental microphone. And as soon as I can tell him, I hear this huge amplified voice. It blares down in the intercom system and sounds pissed. I don't know who the hell you are, he says, but this is the government facility on the lockdown, and there are protocols to shit. I assume the curse coincidence with the exact moment he sees the creatures. They are making their way through the hangar doors, and they are maybe 20 feet from behind us and the creatures. I act instinctively, firing twice as the handgun comes alive in my hands. One shot goes to the core of the monsters, causing it to jerk backwards. Another shot slows down another. The accuracy I get with the 9mm is amazing. Amy and Dennis take the cue and start firing as well. The floor becomes littered with swirling white fluids. Ah, shit, I just skipped it. The alarm keeps cheering behind us when I turned to see if any... Ah, what the hell? It's everything skipping! Okay, whatever. We'll just skip to... It goes by so fast. I have slow reading too. Alright, whatever. So we're just basically shooting shots, I guess.
Pretty much.
I hit the ground and in a most calming fashion slide several feet across the floor. From the ground I see that we have managed to turn back 4 of them, but I also see my estimate is off a dozen off. There are at least 20 of them. Their sick dim light simmers and gloomy. Their appendages seem to bind together as they come forward. My only hope of survival is that the man in the far doorway has somehow shut the hangar doors. His voice comes blurring over the intercom, broke by the booming noise of gunfire that we were laying down. Run here towards the insulation chamber. I'm not sure how much time I have. I realize I could sprint ahead of Amy and Dennis, or I can hang back and give them cover.
I think you want to keep shooting.
Alright.
Because if you just make a run for it again, you don't know if the others are going to survive. So, you want to try to protect them, keep them alive.
Alright.
Again, logic to The Walking Dead.
Go inside to where the guy is, I said. I'll make sure we don't have any of those things right on our tail. I'll hold them back for a while. I don't know it sounds macho. I know it sounds macho, but it also feels like the right thing to do. I have to at least try to give us some kind of chance for escape. So as Amy and Dennis run through the doors, I blast the next thing I see moving. All I get from my trouble is a static-like hiss and a pitch whistling noise. I'm able to beat them back a bit, forcing them to scatter, each flickering a light at its smaller victory. If nothing else, I'm buying Amy Dennis time. When I'm certain that there's nothing more that I can do, I turn and run. I head slow quickly and catch up to Amy and Dennis, who stop and turn to provide with me cover fire. There, Amy says, pointing at a small door where the man is standing earlier. The swarming is less than 15 feet away now, so furious that they are pushing through another one to get to us. I raise the handgun and fire, taking time to aim. I hit one of them in the spider-like part of its body. I fire again, taking another shot at one in its core. I place two more rounds into the creature, eventually causing it to move backwards. We are able to move in the middle of the hangar floor now, with the insulation chamber ahead and the monsters behind. Beside me, Dennis also fires. The kick of the gun also joints him, probably as a result of being weakened by the blood loss. His shot lands true though, causing the jerk to stumble and flicking off his light. We're almost in, Amy yells as she gets close to the doors, we hope it will save us. Do we dash inside or tell Dennis and Amy to go in first?
Probably want them to go first.
Alright. We're still trying to keep them safe.
Yeah. Alright, cool.
Alright, you wanna go?
Get inside! I tell Amy and Dennis, motioning for them to get moving with my gun. I open the door and give Dennis a push towards it. He resists, more eager to try taking down another of the beasts before he makes it to safety, but he eventually gives in. I wait a beat to make sure Amy's inside too. I fire off a few rounds on the creatures that are still headed for us, hoping to slow them down. When Amy and Dennis clear the door, I nearly dash inside, but then something hot seeped into my back. Roger! Dennis yells. The pain in my back is so immense that I barely notice the fact that I'm being lifted from the floor. What the fuck? I look down and see that one of the creatures is using its flowing arms to grab me from my waist. Its tentacles wrap it around me. It lifts me into the air as if presented me as a trophy to its friends. I try to focus, attempting to angle my arm in a way that would allow me to aim the handgun and place a bullet in its body, but it's shaking me violently, and its body parts are disappearing in a way that makes no sense. Another oddity of its structure. I can literally do nothing more than hang there like a rag doll, hoping to be saved. As it continues to hoist me up, screeching disapproval, Dennis comes back out of the room and fires off a shot. The bullet catches the monster on the other side of its core, sending it backwards and causing it to freeze for a moment. It releases me as I hit the ground, dropping my gun, and again finding myself unable to breathe. I feel slightly dizzy. That fades when I see Dennis is still standing outside the door. He's firing into the beast like a madman and doesn't see one to his left, coming in along the edge of the wall. Dennis, look out or push him out of the way. Okay, here's what I think. You say Dennis, look out. He's probably not gonna see it coming. He turns around, boom, he gets killed. Just like that. You push him out of the way. He doesn't even know what's going on. You push him out of the way.
We're probably gonna get caught again, most likely.
Still, but if you push him out of the way, you're keeping him safe.
All right.
You're alerting him what's going on.
All right. So we're safe. We're still risking our lives here.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay. Here we go. Let's just do it.
I try to dash towards Dennis to push him out of the way, but there's not enough time. Okay. The creature jerks out of existence and reappears right behind him. By the time Dennis turns to see the creature coming, it has already drawn several of its appendages back to strike. Dennis tries to raise his gun, but it's knocked away by one of the tentacles. A second tentacle strikes, and Dennis is spun around and thrown off balance by the attack. He catches himself before falling. A third tentacle wraps around Dennis's forearms. I can see it squeeze tightening instantly. The tip of the appendage passes clean through his hand, its blood-soaked tip poking out through his palm. Oh my god. Dennis's face grimaces with pain as he tries to wrench his arm free, but the creature's tentacles has his hand speared like a nail through wood. In a moment of dark clarity, I realize I can free him with a clean shot at the monster's tentacle, but it will likely mean blowing Dennis's hand off. Dennis, I yell over the creature's high-pitched static sound. Can you get free? I have a shot, maybe. No. Dennis scatters as the creature tosses him around by his hand like a puppy. Don't shoot, I can get free. I can't tell if he's right, but the other monsters are starting to encircle him. I need to act fast. Do you want to wait for Dennis to get away, or do you want to just blow the hand off?
We don't have it. Okay, let's think about this. Like, Dennis already lost so much blood. If we shoot his hand off, he's gonna be bleeding again more.
That's what I'm saying. You don't.
But at the same time, if we wait, we don't know if he's gonna get free, and if he does, great.
Why
but
do
if
I
he
feel
doesn't,
like he's gonna die. I just have the feeling he's gonna die.
I mean, we could save him a little bit more, but at the same time,
You don't know how much longer he has.
I don't know how.
The guy's already lost so much blood.
So
what more is he gonna do if you shoot off his hand? Man, this is a tough one, man.
I mean,
I kind of want Dennis to live. I don't want him to.
I want him to live.
I don't want him to fuck up himself. Just shoot him through his hand.
You also got to think about how his hands, how the creatures grabbed his hand too. So like what? So like apparently, I mean, if the creature's like, it's like saying through like a nail through wood. I mean,
That's pretty gruesome.
it's pretty gruesome.
Yeah. That's gonna be hard to get out of. So,
It has
what he's
tentacles, has his hand speared.
thinking. I don't know what he's thinking.
I mean, either or, his hand's fucked. So
But yeah, you can manage to survive.
I just feel like
I don't know.
we have to shoot his hand off. I mean, we're like, I think they're isolation chamber, right? I mean, there has to be some medical stuff there, probably, maybe. But I don't know. What would be the best option? What would be the best call here?
I don't know, man. I really don't know.
I mean, shooting Dennis's hand off,
It's gonna cause him to lose more blood.
but I
You
mean,
can only lose him so much blood until eventually his body just gives up. I don't know, man.
we can't wait though. We have to go into it. We have to go in the room. So we just, I mean, I feel like the most appropriate shot is not to waste time.
Hey,
and
look.
just-
All I'm gonna say is that if we lose Dennis, the guy put up a good fight.
but
So-
still, okay, we have to act fast. Like,
Alright, fuck it.
we're just gonna, okay, we're gonna shoot his hand.
Sorry,
off.
Dennis.
I'm sorry, but as much as your hand is,
Your hand's
we can't.
fucked.
Your
Your hand's fucked. We can't do anything about it except shut it off. So.
I mean, if the creature spears through your hand, I mean, your arm's as good as dead anyway. Sorry, bro, but we need you alive. Okay.
We decided to take Dennis's hand to save him. If I don't take the shot while I have it, they're gonna kill him. In a last-ditch effort, I tried getting a good shot on the monster, but there's none. I'll hurt Dennis even worse if I try. I take aim and fire off a shot. It lands perfectly and results in a lot of blood screams from both Dennis and the creature. His hand disappears in a spray of red, and the monster's appendage simply fades away. It literally seems to wink out of existence. The creature screeches while Dennis hits the floor, wailing in pain. The reality of what I have done sets in and nearly paralyzes me. Get him, Amy says. I'll cover you. I nod. Still reeling from the sight of what I've done to Dennis, I stumble out of the door. Amy is true to her word. She fires off a few rounds into the approaching monsters as I make it to Dennis. I grab a hold of him with my good arm. I drag him backwards as fast as I can, nearly falling down through the process. When I reach the doorway, Amy reaches down and helps me drag his body the final few feet into the room. She manages to pull off another shot, and when I look to see what she has hit, I see another dozen or so of the monsters. Dennis is breathing pain, and when he looks up to me, he's sneering. "You crazy asshole," he screams. He shudders violently, sweat and tears coursing down his pale face. Amy slams the door behind us. Finally, we're inside the room, hopefully safe within what looks to be an isolation chamber of sorts. Along the frame, a little electrical lock beams as the door is secured. End of chapter 4. Wow.
Now, that is crazy way to end it. God.
Wow.
And there's still one more chapter left. Let's see the results of our choices here. Let's see if we made a reasonable choice what other people would have made. Okay, you and 49% of players shot to weaken the creature, not to kill it.
Okay. So that's about halfway.
You and 41% of players distracted the creature instead of shooting at it. You and 57% of players took the handgun instead of the shotgun. Obviously, bro, we need
That's the
range.
most obvious one.
You and 57% of players disobeyed Dennis's wish and wish to not shoot him, causing him to lose his hand. Reasonable. He's not gonna get out of that, bro. If his hand is spears through, he's gonna die.
Obviously, yeah.
Plus, as for the handgun, if we had a shotgun instead of a handgun, the range wouldn't even reach Dennis, and our accuracy would be terrible. So, out of half of the choices we made, of the main choices that were good, and half were bad. But either or, we managed to still be alive. So I'm hoping Dennis will be okay. But anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap up today's episode. If you guys did enjoy, please hit that like button down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. Appreciate all the support that I've been getting. Also, if you guys can do me a favor, please follow me. Follow me on Twitter. The link will be in the description, as well as a link to the Wright Crafters channel down below. Also, be patient and also turn on notifications on there as well, because we're going to be doing some stuff on there. We're still making plans of it, apparently. What we have planned is kind of difficult as it is right now, and we need time for preparations to do all this stuff, because it's something more difficult to do, but it's also beneficial for you guys. So yeah. Also, stay tuned for later, because I will be posting more stuff. I have not posted in a month. Like I said, dealing with stuff. He's been a witness to this. He knows what's going on.
And I have lack of uploads too.
Yeah, so
we both haven't uploaded in a month, which is crazy. But
we're gonna
try to set in.
Yeah, we need. We love doing this. We love doing this, not just for you guys, but as well as for us, and for us to become, a community, a family. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, bond. So thank you, Duelist, for watching, and my name is Duelix Infinity.
My name is Asylum Reviews,
and we'll see you guys all next time. Peace.